time. Hello everybody, we're sorry for the delay, but now it is time. Week 4 of Meta is about to kick off here for the Rocket League side of things. My name is Midnight, and Chris, you are joining me for the kickoff of Week 4.
Yes, I am. Well, it's good to be back here once again. As we look at the New Zealand bracket once again for our 3 p.m. game, we'll be at Tauranga taking on Mount Albert Grammar once again. We saw Mount Albert last week, who were just a touch disappointing against their opponents in, I believe, Westlake. Yeah, they lost that game 3-0. Although in saying that, it was pretty tight at points. So, given the way that Mags normally tend to play, there's definitely a possibility that they can come back roaring today, and you never know, might even get themselves a 3-0 for themselves. Tauranga, on the other hand, not really much to say about them. They've been doing alright so far. On same record as Mags, I believe. So this should be an interesting game, although from what I've seen in the past, you would have to say Mount Albert boys probably look like the favourites going in.
I mean, you would say that because you've seen these teams before. I, however, am from a very unbiased position of I got no idea what's going on.
Fair enough.
Just firing shots in the blind here. So I'm going to go against you on this one, Chris. I feel like Tauranga Boys College can do well here, as it looks like our first game is about to kick off. You've seen some love in chat for Mags, though, so maybe you're right. Maybe they've got a little bit of support coming on.
Yeah, a couple people in chat coming out in support of Mount Albert or Mags. We'll probably just interchange between the cast knowing us, but yeah, it's very hard for me to go against Mount Albert in this game because you've got players like Apple Crash, Daft Druby. Daft Druby was in the national finals, or technically nationals because we include New Zealand, last year at MEO. And then you've got Apple Crash, who's a very decent bubble player. And then, if I believe that's right, Arky, he's a pretty good player, although saying that, he currently has 720 ping at the moment, so that could be interesting, but we're about to get underway here. Best of 5 are about to begin.
That's a little alarming to see that. Hopefully that sorts itself out. But first kickoff is not delaying. Arky not able to connect to the ball. A little bit unsurprising as the ping is not being too nice to him. But in the early game, it's still the idea of, okay, let's feel our opponents out. Let's see what openings we can make. Let's see if there's any clear weaknesses. So it'll just be, a lot of clearing and a lot of hot shots there. Oh, no.
Yeah, that could have been a little bit disastrous for Tauranga as Apple Crash comes in with a nice shot, but Zora able to harry it away, so a good save from there. And this actually changes the dynamic of the game quite significantly here because Arky, who last week was that support player that was pretty darn crucial in a couple of the Mags goals, with him lagging the living hell off this earth, this has changed the outer complexion of the game. I mean, 700 ping, Apple Crash though, doesn't really mind because he's going to get the first.
Yeah, he's saying it changes the complexity of the game, and to a degree it does. They've got to play with less resources. Only Apple as well as Daft get to play the offense. But it's not going to exactly stop them from getting the first goal in here. And honestly, they need to continue this trend. If they can build up a lead while they're effectively a whole man down, it's going to put them in actually a really good position for this series.
Yep, and Arky's internet has finally completely lost it, and he's gone from the server, which will mean a 3v2. But as I said, Daft Druby and Apple Crash, they are some quality players here. They're already up 2-0. And, well, you never know. They couldn't even win this 2 against 3. It's looking like it at this point.
I mean, it's the way that they're playing. I think partly, man, their opponents are like, oh, do we play? They're a man down. Do we feel bad? It looks like now they're like, okay, screw it. We're down 2 goals. We need to be doing something here. As Solo trying to play in the air. But Arky's like, all right, lads, I'm back in. I've got reasonable ping now. It's time to dance the jitterbug. So we'll see how the rest of the team goes well for them here, as another attack from Drew is not going to connect just yet.
Yeah, that time around after being unable to get the goal, but yeah, Arky now back with a stable 32 ping, so yeah, this is not looking too good from the Tauranga boys here, but you never know. They might be able to pull off a miracle, but saying that, Apple Crash, you can see right there, he's definitely got the moves to even finesse the entire squad, so wasn't successful in that time around, but knowing Apple Crash, he definitely can pull off something magical.
Yeah, and we'll see where he's able to make his magic work here. As the attack continues, the 1-2 punch, can it be followed through the middle? No, it will not, and a nice clear, but Drew decides he just really feels like Aki on the follow-up.
Ooh.
No, not gonna work there. But the constant onslaught right now coming out of Mount Emily's grandmother, Mags here, is really impressive. I don't feel like they've been on the defense, even when they were a man down.
Nah, Tauranga really haven't had a lot of possession of the ball. They go close that time around. Pumas does nearly get the shot off, but will be a little bit too high. But yeah, it just goes to show you the quality of the Mount Albert players here. The team that dominated last year's New Zealand bracket made it to MEO. And well, they're showing it once again here. Even without
even a man
Arky.
down.
Yeah, especially when they were man down, they were able to find 2 goals. And yeah, not looking good for the blue side as they went close to going 3 down.
Yeah, close, but they were able to hold on to the defense, but they are constantly being pushed onto the back foot there as Turbo grabs it in the air and slams it in.
Just look at this play. This is what I expect from a team that does well in a RLO 3v3. Look at that setup. Darth Ruby sends it perfectly to Apple Crashes, just waiting from the net, goes up, taps it in, doesn't even need to worry about the defenders because he's placed it so well. And yeah, 3-0 up, Mount Albert might be looking like a class above here.
Yeah, looking very strong. This is a best of series though, so it's not over just yet. Turbo trying to play cutesy in the air, does slip it past the defense.
And that's the brace. This is what I was saying about Apple Crash. Look at the finesse he pulls out here. Beats out 1, 2 of the defenders from Mount Albert. Opponent's not really in a good spot, and X7 just can't do anything to stop it. Ball sneaks underneath, and 4-0, I don't see a comeback in game 1.
Yeah, it's looking a bit rough, although I've seen some crazy things here, but the fact they managed to build up a nice 4 lead, although Zoro's trying to do something, it's no one in position for the setup, though Soral, who I assume was trying to rotate to the middle, just got demoed, so a very effective way to kill the offense before it even begins.
Yeah, offense stopped very quickly here. Counter now coming out for Tauranga, but look at that, Arky coming in perfectly timed to get the demo to stop the play. Now Darth Druby should be able to send it to Arky. Gets a touch off the backboard here. Where's Apple Crash? There he is. But can't get the clear touch. But you can just tell how well Mount Albert are syncing up together here. They know exactly what's happening and know where everyone is as Darth Druby gets his double up. And well, what else can we say? Midnight.
Yeah, playing very well here from the side of Mags, building up a nice lead at the beginning and then continuing to grow with some really nice shots coming through here. Tauranga boys, the part of the issue for their team right now, I feel like, is the fact that they're not actually being allowed to play offense. They're not able to quickly recover the ball, and we see here, Turbo decides, you know what, I'm going to be really cutesy with it, set it up in the middle, a follow through from the top side, who not actually did it, but there we go, no, Arky misses it as well.
Oh, you have to feel for Arky. He's had about 2-3 very close shots. His net lost the plot in the first 90 seconds. He can't get the touches. Darth Druby finds himself his own brace as well. 6-0. We might see Brazil, or we might just see pure domination. Could go either way at this point.
It is feeling a bit of a one-sided fight right now, in favor, of course, of Mount Albert here. As 6-0, you don't get here by being bad. That's not quite obvious there. As on the bright side, at least, Tori, they are putting up points of resistance. It's not a matter of, they're just being run over from start to finish. Their defense at many points has been really strong, but they do struggle to have people in position to deflect the aerial. So we'll see, can they continue that? As an offense comes through here, Optimus goes for a nice clear. He might actually get some follow-up as well, but Darth is in the way for the defense and punts it over, saying, okay, buddy, now you got to go play some defense.
Yeah, they have to go back on defense here, Tauranga, and well, 15 seconds left. Something you pointed out earlier, they haven't really been allowed to go on the offense, and as I said, Mount Albert, they just know exactly how to stop them from getting any sort of possession of the ball. We just saw it right there with, I believe that was Apple Crash, just bumping heads with the player on that left corner, denying him from moving and getting close to the ball as time runs out. A 6-0 demolition job there by Mount Albert. And yeah, to be completely honest, don't really see how Tauranga come back here.
Well, they've got other games to go, of course. These are, I believe, best of 5 series,
Yep,
and so there's plenty of ways to do. There's plenty of ways to come back into these games. But it's a matter of Tory boys, they need to actually be able to play the offense. Like, I don't want to doubt saying they can't, but they have been forced onto the back foot from the start.
Yeah, that's the best way of putting it. They've been behind from pretty much a word go, even when their opposition were a man down effectively for the first 90 seconds, and quite literally for half of that. It's just hard to think what Tauranga can do here. I mean, there's every possibility. Rocket League is a game that can turn on its head here, but you can just see from that start here, they get the ball for maybe 2 seconds, and Mount Albert immediately takes it away from him as, well, Darth goes close on the long range attempt, but can't connect it in the end.
Yeah, but now we're going to see Toronto, they're going for a bit of a clear. Can they finally get an offense to work? The issue is that no one's in position to catch the pass. You get your attempt to clear on the side, but then that's about it. And a cheeky shot from Mark says, all right, my internet's back, I'm ready to go, and just pops it over the defense.
Fourth time's the charm for Aki there after a couple of very close opportunities in the first. Finally gets his opener in this series, but yeah, it's not looking too good for Tauranga. Like, you can just tell the skill difference as well. It's already quite high. I would hazard a guess to say Tauranga would probably be about gold level players, and then obviously, as we know, Darth Drury, he has for himself before, especially last year. Apple Crash, he's done pretty well in a couple of Rocket League Oceania tournaments. It's just, I don't know what to say. I hate to repeat myself, but looks like Mount Albert, they're just the class above.
Yeah, class above. They're doing very well coming into the second game. Already got a 1-0 lead, but their offense feels a little bit slower this half, and that might be. There are a few unnecessary flips coming out of them, as Arky's going to have to play some defense. Never mind, Darth gets in the way, able to play hold off the attack. Optimus, he's trying to make something work, but the issue is when you look at the rest of his teammates' positioning, they're just not where they need to be. And if they are, we saw Sorrel just not able to make the solid connection. So mechanics are just betraying the side of Tauranga here, as another offense from Mags comes in high. Say, well, hold up, no! A beautiful touch in, slams it through.
Yeah, Apple Touch just sneaks that ball through here as we look at the replay. That was nearly saved by, I believe, X7 Zoro, but yeah, just doesn't get the perfect touch, or maybe a smidge too late to the ball there. It just sneaks behind, goes onto the line, and still sneaks its way in. Azaki will get the goal off the kickoff, and straight in it goes. 3-0 up, and oh boy.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there for the kickoff. The way the ball was angled, because there's no one back on defense. Both members were simply rotating to get the boosts. You don't typically expect kickoffs to go that way, so I can't exactly criticize what was a bit of an unfortunate development.
There we go.
Turn around! Optimus says, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, finally the first goal here for Tauranga, and they get it off a kickoff. One kickoff goal to the opposition, and then they pick up their own. It's stuff you love to see there. He just placed his card perfectly, got the best of touches. And once again, Mount Albert caught out on the rotation for the boost, but here comes Apple Crash saying, you're not getting a free goal, mate, and immediately responds.
Yeah, Apple Crash is like, all right, guys, congratulations, you got your goal. Now I'm going to make sure that you're reminded that it was a goal off the kickoff, and that's about all. Giving his team a 3-goal lead. And honestly, the way that Mags has been playing, we do expect that to be built up a little bit more. Though Optimus did get a bit of a nice clear at the start. He's trying to set it up around the center. Zoro isn't exactly in the greatest position to make that one work, but a nice attempt coming out of the team.
Yeah, decent enough attempt, but you've already alluded to it. The mechanics probably not the best here for Tauranga, and well, it is hurting him quite barely here. And saying that, they are trying their best. They are definitely getting a couple of nice saves in, but I don't think that... Oh, no, never mind. I got a little bit dissuaded there by the camera angle, but here comes Apple Crash for his third, but will get blocked off by Ponus. Like, that's probably the big positive right now. They've been able to stem the bleeding just a little bit here. Like, that last game, that could have easily been a 9-0 scoreline, but a couple of nice saves have saved themselves just a little bit of face, and, well, that's a positive starting block from here to build on for the rest of meta.
Exactly. Meta is many, many weeks, so in fact that you're actually improving bit by bit is a massive step forward. As Druby is a little bit mean to Zoro, didn't have to demo here, and Apple decides to really style up the setup. In the middle's not going to work out, however. The defense once again stopping the offense from making that one work. Now counter-attack coming in from Tauranga. Will it work? Not when Apple Crash gets involved.
The Apple Crash proved himself to be the dominant force so far as Arky goes close once again. Keeps finding the bars here. I think that's just about his 5th attempt and he's only got 1 goal as Apple Crash finds his 2nd brace here. And yeah, what else can you say? It was just a nice goal from Apple Crash.
And a little heartbreaking for the defense. I think it was Sorrel was so close to blocking it, but actually over pushes just a little bit. And it's like, oh, he's so close. But unfortunately, not able to get to the defense there. And now another offense coming up from Mags potentially here. As we're seeing Arky doing a little bit of a setup for himself. Gets so much stolen by his teammate. A little bit of chaos among the ranks here from the side of Mags.
Yeah, Apple Crash doing a bit of a Michael Schumacher there and just flexing his marshals when his opponent or when his teammate doesn't expect it. We should see another goal. No, Darth Truby was caught just getting some boost to her, but yeah, at this point, Mount Outlet, they must just be feeling, we've got this in the bag, let's have a little bit of fun, let's enjoy ourselves.
The freestyle game's coming out.
Oh yeah,
what I think is happening.
Best way of putting it there. Best way.
Zorro!
Oh,
that was a nice attempt from Zorro there. It's like, hey guys, you're mucking around a bit too much. I'm still a potential threat here. Optimus doesn't get the connection. Zorro, though, does go for the clear. And that will slow Mags' next offensive down just a bit.
Yeah, slows him down just for the moment here, but yeah, but they'll quickly pick up the ball here. Apple Crash will make it a 4th, and yeah, the finesse, it's just too strong there. What else can you say? Draft Ruby picks it up perfectly, gives it straight to Apple Crash, literally straight on his bonnet, and well, he just needs to give it the old flickaroo, and 6-1 the scoreline. They'll be looking for one more to get the Brazil, but yeah, game 2's over. I would hazard a guess to say game 3 is all but looking done for as well before it even begins.
It's going to be rough for them, but
yeah,
as you were saying, this is not a matter of, oh yeah, it's a 1 game and they're out of the tournament after they lose this. No.
Nah,
We've
it's
got
a
to look
Swift
at
system. Yeah.
Exactly, and Tauranga have got A, many more games to go. B, Mags are a hell of a tough customer for pretty much, I'd argue, anything.
It is. No, Apple Crash. He whiffs horrendously, but might just give Darth Drury the brace. Yes. Oh no, that's only his first of the game.
There you go. But I was saying,
We would have got more.
Tauranga, their opponents are arguably one of the strongest teams that in the competition right now. So it's a little bit heartbreaking that they have to, butt their heads up against this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as I said earlier, Mount Albert, they made the MEO finals last year, so Tauranga, they have been able to stop the bleeding. That's probably one of the few main benefits here, is Arky denies themselves the Brazil, which is, you honestly hate to see it, but at the same time, it does pick up his own brace, so, yeah, positives and negatives, but yeah, I think we all would have preferred the Brazil.
We would have. I think Arky's just going to say, guys, I know I had like 700 ping in game 1, but I'm back and I can prove, that I'm still as people would expect. As Apple Crash going for one more shot at the end, trying to be really cutesy in the air, but not going to make it work. And that is going to be game number 2 going in favor of Mont Albert. 8-1 this time.
Yeah, 8-1 here. The only goal from Tauranga coming from what was a pretty darn decent kickoff goal, all things considered. Upomus should be proud of himself there, but for all the positives, there's unfortunately one fact we have to admit, and it's that Mount Albert, the other grand finals last year, apart from Unli at MEO, they are wanting to come back to the national stage, and they're trying to show their credentials here, especially after last week's somewhat humiliating result against Westlakes.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they're at the top of their game and the ladder, and this is for the side of Mags, merely a stepping stone, sad to say. But for the side of Tauranga, at least, you've got to be able to learn something from this game. There's so much that you can look at this game and say, okay, mechanically, we have got a large way to go, and yes, some ways you can say, oh, it's demoralizing, but it's also an opportunity to learn.
You might have made a new word there, Midnight, which good stuff for you there. But yeah, as you said, it's trying to find the positive notes. I mean, as I pointed out, the defense has been pretty darn decent here. they have been able to send the bleeding somewhat as Staff Druby tries to 1v1, but will easily get beaten out by Sorrelai there. But yeah, apart from that, they definitely need to find pieces to improve on. Like, just trying to get it clear out is probably one of the more important things as Arky gets what was a pretty easy goal at the end, was, as we look at the replay here, perfectly set up by Apple Crush, and yeah, that's how this quickly crumbled for the first.
Yeah, off the backboard, pushes it in for our first goal of game 3 here. Another area that really seems to be going inside of Max's favour is the aerial game. There have been so many, like, they spend most of their time, as they honestly should because it's, you know, really strong, to be playing up in the air to make sure they're attacking from the air, and their opponents just don't really seem to be able to contest them. Tauranga, really doesn't seem that comfortable playing up in the air against their opponents today, but they might get an offensive round here. The defense, though, is really tight and it's not going to let that one slip through.
Yeah, Mount Albert boys, they're only willing to give up one goal here. They want to stop their own, they don't want to stop it. Oh, sorry, let me start again. They don't really want to let Tauranga get any more goals here, just in case they can pull off a miracle comeback in the third. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, with Tauranga, there are positives, but they do need to improve on a couple of things here. Probably just trying to get possession would more than likely be one I would be saying to him, but once you get through that, like, the shots haven't been particularly bad. Zoro and sorry, that name's a little bit tricky sometimes, isn't it? Epomus.
I was calling him Optimus.
Optimus, yeah.
Like the Transformer.
Oh yeah, that's right. That would be close enough. Like, their shots have been pretty darn decent when they get it. It's just they haven't been able to get as many shots as they probably would like. But saying that, that's more credit to Mount Albert being so controlling in this game.
Yeah, Mount Albert have constantly had possession of the ball and are doing shots like that, but the defense has improved a lot coming into our third game here from Tauranga. And partly it is, yes, Mount Albert don't seem to be doing as many aerial shots as they were before, as I say that they score another one. But the defense coming out of Tauranga Boys College is a lot stronger than we saw in Game 1 and Game 2.
Yeah, they've been looking at a lot better in the third game here, but you just have to wonder how much of that is just from Mount Albert putting on the brakes just a little bit here. But in saying that, they've always been having these couple good saves in all 3 games so far today, as Staff Druby sets up perfectly for Arky there, who gets himself a somewhat early double. But yeah,
I feel like that was less of a setup and more of just a missed shot that Arky decided to recover in that situation.
Look, for Staff Druby, that's what he'll be saying, so I'm just going to emphasize that for him and maybe his ego. Yeah.
Oh wow, Staff Druby misses it, but actually another setup for Arky. Optimus is able to get the block there in the defense. Sorol not able to get the follow-up touch. Thankfully, Zoro gets a clear, sadly, for them. Apple Crash passes it over to Druby. No, Optimus again with the strong defense. He's not letting them pass today. Call him Gandalf, because you shall not pass.
Yeah, starting to feel a little bit like that for him. He's definitely doing a lot of work just trying to keep as clear a net as he possibly can. As yeah, here comes. Nah.
Staff Druby and Sorol are having a rule 1.
Yeah, having a bit of a. Oh, good old rule 1s.
I respect it.
You love it, but Arky might break it up. No, nice save there from Zoro. Oh, this is what you love about Rocket League sometimes. Just the
really
rule 1 dribble.
Those who aren't exactly sure what we mean, rule 1 is basically if you headbutt another car and you're on the ground, no, you don't pull away. Yeah. The other person has to pull away, as Apple Crash decides, alright, you know what, I'm just going to end this here.
Yeah, it's quite an easy shot there for Apple Crash, gets an open net. That rule 1 duelo, that was broken about 10 seconds earlier. I think someone came in and just sideswiped one of the cards, so yeah, that's how that unfortunate story ended, but 4-0 up, Arky looking for his second brace, will get it. Yeah. And yeah, I think more programming has resumed here.
Yeah, now that they've actually got all, I say now they've got all 3 members, I think it was Darth Druby was stuck in the Rule 1 scenario. But now they've got the members, a minute and a half left, 5-0. But again, the defense, I want to keep saying this, the defense coming out of Tauranga has gotten stronger each game. And I really enjoy the fact that they seem to be getting a little bit better. Yes, it's not going to be able to recover them during the series, like, you're not going to learn that much during the series itself, but you can go back at it and say, okay, I need to learn how to do this. I need to learn, for example, how to be a bit stronger with my aerials, which is something that the team can benefit from here, as Sorrel just not able to hold on to the defense.
Yeah, can't hold on this time around here. Daft Ruby actually gets the pinch assist here, probably by pure luck. Sets it up perfectly for Aki, and well, we all know how the cookie crumbles after that. But yeah, their defense has been strong at points, especially the Pumice here, definitely doing a fair bit of work in that department. But yeah, as Aki nearly goes for his fight for Daft Ruby, should be able to clear it out. No, Aki does a blatant steal there. Get up his Pfeiffer. Yeah, what else can he say?
Aki says work. Aki says, thanks guys, I did all of the work, don't worry. You can tell he's saying that in the voice comes. When you steal something like that, you know you've just got to flex just a little bit there on your teammates. As Optimus gets an open shot, and Turbo!
I think that's for the Brazil.
Yeah, look at him here. I feel like Apple Crash just put the brakes on at the last possible second.
Yeah.
Like, that seems a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, look, for him, that's his second goal of the series as well, so he's at the very least going to be getting a fair bit of XP from that, but yeah, apart from the Brazil, Mount Albert, as I keep saying, it feels like I'm a bit of a broken record, but they just seem to be classed above last year's grand finalists in the national division, might I add. They're just showing why they should try and make an effort to get back here. They do have a long road, however. That, well, I'm assuming will be the grand final series against Westlakes in the NZ division, should be an utter cracker of a series. But I feel like if they go off from this, obviously you can't read too much into today's performance because, no other way of putting it, it is just quite an easy game for them. If they can show this, if they can show the attacking prowess they've been able to show today, and I think they might have a chance against Westlakes.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is to continue the meta season and see how it goes there, as the Brazil is confirmed for our third and final game of our first series today.
Don't score, Aki.
Aki, don't you dare. Aki, don't you do it.
There we go.
He's just dragging it. Okay, he's just intentionally going to drag this one out for a little bit. No, okay, that's... Okay, there it is.
There we go.
But we got a Brazil. We got a Brazil. That's what we needed.
One Brazil.
But with that though, that will be Mount Albert Grammar School taking a pretty dominant victory over Tauranga boys. Although you can't say that wasn't a fun series to house, even if it was a little bit on the one-sided ways.
Yeah, a little bit one-sided, but definitely was a fun series. Both teams at least enjoying themselves just a little bit here. But yeah, all credit to Mount Albert. That was just a better team, but for Tauranga, a couple of positives. Their defenses did seem very good at times, so they can build on that. That's probably the first step that they need to push on from here. But yeah, apart from that, back to the drawing board for Tauranga for now, as I believe that drops them into a 2-2 record, and for Mount Albert, that should be 3-1 if the facts in front of me are correct.
I get scared by maths, Chris. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to leave that entirely up to you. Numbers. I see numbers and I just panic. But what I do see is words, and the words that I can see is that we have a second series later on tonight, and a rather important series to boot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spicy one, man. Minus taking on Caringbah, which, if I recall correctly, were last year's New South Wales champions. So, and both of them are currently undefeated with 3-0. So that's gonna be a cracker.
Yeah, but the cracker is going to be starting in about an hour and a half, guys. So 5 o'clock New South Wales time. So again, in about an hour and a half, just under. What is it, AST? Is it that one?
AST, yes.
I don't do times. Again, numbers scare me, so I just avoid them wherever possible. I let my phone tell me what time it is. Like, that's the kind of person I am.
Fair enough.
But guys, on that note, thank you for joining us for our first game of the night. Again, in about an hour and a half, we have our second series, a hell of an important one for all teams involved. So make sure you come back here, 5 o'clock AEST. Guys, we'll see you then.